Good afternoon, LCA community. This is Miss Kennedy, and this video is going to be about advisement. I was fortunate enough to meet with some of you before we were having to do remote learning, but I did want to still send you the video so that your parents could kind of watch it and see what we did during that advisement time. And if they wanted to reach out to me, they absolutely can and set up an appointment. And for those that I did not have the pleasure of meeting with, I wanted you to have the same information that was given to the students I met face-to-face with. So we're going to be talking about advisement, but before we do that, I did just want to say I hope everyone's doing okay. I know this can be a very overwhelming time. When I was reflecting on it in my quiet time, God really impressed the verse of Ecclesiastes 3:1, to everything there's a season, a time to every purpose under the heaven. So this is just a season. That's what I keep telling myself. Just a season. This will pass. God's still in control. There's purpose in this season, even though it may seem super crazy to us and it's hard for us to understand. God has us in the palm of his hands, and I know he will continue to guide us. So how that translates to advisement is we're excited about the future. I know God's got great plans for each and every one of you. And so I'm excited about what LCA has for you guys next year, and just excited for your journey. So we're hopeful in our advisement process. And so we want to first start by looking at what I do with that when I meet with students. The starting point when I meet one-on-one is actually looking at their current grades. To me, to know where you're going, we kind of have to know where you are. So I would just encourage you after this video to do that. Step 1, sit down, pull up your grades in every subject and look at them. And try to really think through, what part did I play in the grades that have been given to me this year? You know, which subjects did you really excel in? You know, what subjects do you feel like you could really strengthen yourself in? And also, is it the year that you wanted it to be? Did you really surpass your expectations this year and do incredible in every subject? Was this year very difficult for you and you felt like you truly were struggling to maintain and stay where you needed to be at? And then the question you have to ask after that is why. Did you turn your work in on time? Did you advocate for yourself? If you didn't understand a concept, did you communicate with your teacher and let them know? Teachers are really good about, if you work hard and you show them that you're dedicated and you ask them questions, they want to help you. They are very sympathetic when they see a student giving it their all and they're just unable to reach the level that they want. The teacher's there to support you and help you get there. So I encourage you, continue to advocate for your teacher, especially during this time. You're at home, you're trying to get concepts that may be very difficult. You're in 10th grade, it's not easy. If you don't understand something, please let your teacher know. Please let me know if I can help you in any way. We're here to support during this time. We want to be just as much a part of your learning process as if you were at LCA in the building right now. So after you look at your grades, you can kind of start seeing, okay, maybe I could have done this differently, or I want to continue doing what I am doing right now because it is lining me up with where I want to be. So where you're at now, grades. And the second thing we look at is teacher recommendations. Teachers really begin playing a vital role in a student's life in this 10th, 11th, and 12th grade year. Why? Because a lot of you will need teacher recommendations depending on what you're going to do next, which we're about to talk about. And teacher recommendations can be vital because some of you will actually be going into a major that's specific to English or science or history. And your history teacher or science or English teacher's recommendation letter will be so essential for you, and trying to voice to whoever is going over your application that this student's capable for that level of study, that level of academics. So teachers are really, it's a time to start building relationships, really become where you lean on your teacher, not just for academic support, but also for that college preparation. And creating healthy relationships is just a wonderful life skill. I apologize for any noise that you're in the background. It is actually my 2 Yorkies that are already stir crazy. And so even though I've tried to remove them, I think you can still hear their squeaky toy. So I apologize. Okay, so teacher recommendations. How I use teacher recommendations is I look at where you're at academically, the picture you painted for me, 9th grade and 10th grade. And then I read your teacher recommendations because they're experts in that subject area. and they also have knowledge of what it's like to go to that next level. And I make sure that I really utilize those and recommending you for those advanced courses. It's really needed to have their guidance in that, because I feel like if we properly place you there, again, we're setting you up for success for whatever it is that you want to do in your life. All right, so that's 2. Current grades, teacher recommendations. The third part is, what do you want to do? I know we've kind of started having these conversations. So your 10th grade, what do you see yourself doing? Do you want to go to college? Do you want to go to technical school? Do you want to go into a trade? You know, what is God calling you to do? What gifts has He given you? And how can you use those gifts to fulfill whatever His will is for your life? And that's really important for a lot of reasons. When we look at grades for advisement and we look at advanced placement, we really have to factor in, are you going to a college that is competitive? What are you going to need to get into that college or university? Are you going to a technical school? What does the technical school require? Even trade. What trade do you want to do? What life skills, what educational skills, academics do you need to set you up for success in that trade? Everything that you're doing in your future affects right now and how we schedule you in your courses. So be thinking about where you want to go. I would encourage you to take this downtime if you get bored because you can't get out like normal, and start looking at some colleges and university. Though actually on the form I'm about to explain how it's going to look when I send it to you, it's going to have a place for you to put some options of where you're thinking. I kind of want to track that as we continue to meet through the years, kind of where you think you may want to go and how that changed in your 11th grade and 12th grade year, or where you wanted to go is exactly where you're going to apply for your senior year. So that's just kind of data and information for me to get to know you more. But go ahead and be looking on websites, seeing what those test scores are, seeing the requirements, you know, looking at different campuses, comparing places. Now's a great time to do that while you have some downtime in your life. I would really encourage utilizing it to invest in your future. So we've got the academics, we've got teacher recommendation, and then we got what do you want to do the rest of your life? So we've kind of got this whole process that's interconnected. So then we go into advisement. Now, advisement, what I'm going to be doing, since we're remote now, is sending you an individual form. It's super easy. You're going to check the boxes, and there'll be like a couple fill in the blanks where you're going to tell me like the 3 schools that you would kind of looking at right now, or 3 things you're thinking about your future or your electives and such. But the form is super easy and it's tailored just for you. I'm going to put on your form what the teacher recommended for you to take. If that's an AP course, if that's a dual enrollment course, I'm going to say the teacher recommended you for this. Does that necessarily mean you have to do it? No. Does it mean that maybe you should strongly consider it? Absolutely. But AP and dual enrollment are rigor courses. Like, they are going to be difficult. They're college level. You know, the AP, we're looking at, your goal would be to take your AP exam and at least get a 3. But honestly, if you're going to a competitive school, they're going to be looking at a 4 or 5. And then they may take the credit as your history elective, or they may take it as a free elective. That's completely up to the college or university that you're looking at. College Board does a really great job at actually listing different colleges and how they receive that AP credit, like what score you would need to get for them to count it. So AP's on campus. That's a really good choice because you got the teacher right there. You've got your network surrounding you. You've got us pouring into you. Wonderful option. We also have a lot of dual enrollment on campus. Another fantastic option. When you have a professor on campus and your support system there and you're able to do dual enrollment, that's just a really beautiful thing. So like I said, we will look at everyone on an individual basis when it comes to dual enrollment. We are patiently waiting for the changes. We know that a lot of them are going to be a go, but kind of how the format of dual enrollment looks like. They've moved the meeting that we were supposed to have on Thursday to a video meeting, and I'll be sending out information about that we glean from dual enrollment and what that looks like, and the parents, I'll keep you guys informed of the process. So just know that we'll have that taken care of, and we'll walk you through every step. No need to panic. So that's what AP, that's what the dual enrollment. Some of you may have already taken some honors courses. That's a great way to begin to prepare you for that deeper level learning. So, and you're talking about homework. AP and dual enrollment is not just if you're academically sound. It requires a lot of hard work. And so if you're willing to say, okay, I'm going to put that hour and a half in for homework for that class, I'm going to make sure I turn in all my assignments, even though they may be more than what I'm used to. I'm going to advocate for myself to the teacher. I'm going to do all that because I want that college credit. Then AP or dual enrollment is really something that I think you're ready for. If in your mind you can say, I want all those things. Something I will say, you're going in 11th grade. It's a crucial year. I want to be very careful to make sure you stay balanced. You got to be able to withstand. I want to push you and say, hey, you take these challenging courses, but I also want you to do extracurricular activities. I want you to have the volunteering opportunities. And so you've got to find a way, and church and family play a huge role in that. I want you to be balanced in your life and have time to like sleep and eat. So I want you to push yourself, but I also want you to have a conversation with your parents. What is realistic for where I'm at? Because your parents know you better than I know you. Your teachers know you. Like, what's realistic for me, Mom? Can I handle a dual enrollment and an AP course at the same time? What's your thoughts? Dad, what do you think? Involve your parents in this. They can give you some really sound feedback. So 11th grade, the forms are pretty easy. Like I said, you're just going to be clicking your options. I am going to just stop for a moment and talk about the SAT prep. So that is a course that, some of you may consider that are going to be retaking your SAT or taking your SAT the first time in 11th grade. If it's fall of 11th grade, the SAT prep may not be as beneficial in the beginning as it will if you take it later on. But we are working diligently to have an SAT prep class this summer. And that will be great for you guys that have taken your PSAT. You know what you got, and you want to take the SAT in the fall or ACT in the fall. That summer course that Mr. Pay will be doing, who is phenomenal, will be very beneficial for you, you guys. But there again, we're kind of just waiting this thing out, seeing what we're going to be able to do. We're taking it a day at a time. That course initially was going to be Tuesday, Thursday in June, and then Mr. Ray was even going to have like a mock test day. So I will keep everybody posted as we know more. So that's kind of what the forms look like. Now, there's two other pieces that I'm going to include on the email. Michelle made this wonderful list, and some of you, I've already showed it to you, and you can do this any method you want. But it's important for you to begin tracking, what you're doing. You're going to 11th grade. So you've got 2 years of high school now. What have you done in those 2 years? What extracurricular activities have you done? What volunteering have you done? What awards have you gotten? Is it academic awards? Is it more sports related? All these things are super important as you're building your college resume. I also, I'm waiting for the student to give me the okay. We have a student that really had an excellent college resume that I'd like to send to you all. So you can kind of see why the keeping up with these things are important when it comes to actually doing a college resume to send. There again, it's what you want to do with your life. What's next? What God has for you, and knowing what you need to begin to prepare for. So keeping up with those will be very beneficial because senior year, it gets crazy and it may be hard for you to remember everything. So go ahead and just take some time and jot down notes on your phone. I don't care, on the computer, use this sheet, however you want to do it, of what you've accomplished. That also may be an activity you do if you get bored. Just start thinking about all the great things you've done. I'll also be sending a checklist, and this checklist, one of the very first things it said, this year is very important because the GPA, along with the courses that you've taken 9th through 11th grade, will be sent to colleges when you apply for them your senior year. So going into your junior year, this is important to know. Okay, guys, when you apply for college, come that senior year, when you say I'm applying here, whether it's early action, early decision, or regular decision, when you apply, the transcript they initially get is that 9th through 11th because you're living your 12th grade year. So think about that for a minute. That 11th grade year that you're going into is super important. It's going to be showcasing your abilities to wherever you apply. Hey, I'm a student that can handle being at your school. I know I can keep up. I know I can excel. So really focus in. That's that balance. Make sure you challenge yourself, but also make sure you have a balance where you have a healthy transcript to send, to position yourself to be able to compete. It also says the SAT, ACT. So here's the thing, guys. We're kind of watching that too. We had some people signed up to take SAT that Saturday, and it was canceled. I think they've canceled the next one. I think maybe June is still available as of now. I'm thinking that they're taking it a day at a time. So your world looks a little bit different in SAT. Hopefully by summer, some normalism will happen and we'll know the dates. We're looking at every way possible to continue to accommodate our students. So just kind of know that in the back of your mind. And scholarships, log into your Georgia Futures. They have tons of resources. Go ahead and be looking for scholarships. If you know you've looked at the college and you know how much it costs, go ahead and be thinking, what can I do so you can get used to applying for places. Like I said, during this time, if there's just any downtime and you just want something to fill it, these are great ways to fill it. So that's kind of the two things that will be with it. And as long as that student gives me the okay, I'm going to send you her college resume because she did a fantastic job. So that is kind of what advisement going into 11th grade looks like. This is that time where you start making some firm decisions. Do I want to go to college? Do I want to go to technical school? Do I want to go into trade? Because what you do from that point helps you determine what courses that you take. So I am here for you guys. I am praying. I know it's different. So I'm just hoping that you guys can stay focused and finish strong. So 10th grade, these grades matter. And so if you don't understand something, reach out. Make sure you do have some kind of form of socialization in your life. Call people. I know social media, we have to be super careful, but connect with others, because I want everybody to stay healthy emotionally, spiritually, and academically and physically. So know if you need us, Miss Anderson's available. I'm here. If you just need some encouragement, I believe in you guys, and I know that it's going to be super awesome next year. And I cannot wait to see God continue to mold and shape your journey. And I know He's in complete control of what's going on now. Parents, students, if you would like to set up an appointment with me after doing the advisement sheets, please send me an email. I don't know how many requests I'm going to get, but I am going to try to process them all in a timely manner. And I want everyone that wants the opportunity to meet with me to have that opportunity. So after watching the video, if you still have questions, please email me and we'll set up an appointment. So like I said, I did some of the advisement with students. The ones I have not, this is what those students got the information. And just be looking for that link to come out to you guys and click on it and get it done as soon as you can, so we can go ahead and start building your schedule for next year. So I hope you all have a blessed week, and I'm here for you, and I'll be touching base with advisement things throughout the time that we're out. And I just am praying for everybody. Have a great day.